Earth feels permanent. The oceans, mountains, forests, deserts, and cities all seem like they belong here. But our planet is not frozen in time. Every year the continents move, the climate shifts, mountains rise and slowly wear away. Species appear, adapt, and disappear. And if we could travel into the future, we would discover something strange. Earth will not always look like the world we know today. This is the future timeline of Earth, from 1,000 years from now to 5 billion years in the future. 1,000 years from now. To humans, 1,000 years sounds like an enormous amount of time. It is longer than many nations have existed, longer than most languages have stayed the same, long enough for cities, cultures, and civilizations to change completely. But to Earth, 1,000 years is almost nothing. The continents would still be in nearly the same places. The oceans would still follow familiar coastlines. The moon would still rise in the night sky. And the planet would still be recognizable. But human civilization could look very different. Some coastal cities may be protected by massive seawalls. Others may be partly abandoned because of rising seas. Old buildings may still stand in some places, but many modern structures would have decayed, collapsed, or been replaced. If humans are still here, our technology could be almost impossible for us to imagine today. Cities may stretch upward, underground, or even across the oceans. But nature would also continue its slow work. Rivers would change course. Forests would expand in some regions and disappear in others. Deserts could grow, and the climate would continue to shape where people, animals, and plants can survive. Earth would still be Earth, but it would already be a different version of home. 100,000 years from now. Now the changes become much harder to ignore. Over this kind of timescale, climate cycles can reshape entire regions. Ice ages may return. Glaciers could spread across parts of the northern world. Sea levels could fall if more water becomes trapped in ice. Or, depending on how long human influence lasts, the planet may remain warmer for far longer than it would naturally. Either way, the map would begin to feel unfamiliar. Coastlines would shift. Some islands could vanish. New land bridges might appear during colder periods, and places that are comfortable today could become frozen, dry, flooded, or uninhabitable. Most of the things humans have built would be gone. Skyscrapers would collapse. Roads would crack and disappear beneath soil and plants. Metal would rust. Concrete would break apart. Only a few massive stone structures might still leave traces behind. To a future observer, our civilization might not look like a world of cities. It might look like a thin layer buried in the ground, a strange mark in the rocks. 1 million years from now. After 1 million years, Earth would still be recognizable from space, but the details would be different. The continents would have moved several kilometers from where they are today. Mountains would have eroded. New rivers would have carved new paths. Volcanoes would have created new land in some places and destroyed it in others. Many species alive today would no longer exist. Some would go extinct. Others would evolve into new forms. If humans survived, we might no longer look exactly like modern humans. 1 million years is enough time for evolution, technology, and environment to change a species deeply. But it is also possible that humans would be gone. Not because extinction is certain, but because 1 million years is a long time for any species. Most species do not last forever. Earth would continue without us. Forests would grow, oceans would move, animals would adapt, and life would keep searching for new ways to survive. 100 million years from now. At this point, the planet would look truly alien. The continents would no longer sit where they are today. Africa may continue pushing into Europe. The Mediterranean Sea could close. New mountain ranges could rise. The Atlantic Ocean may widen further. And in other parts of the world, new oceans could begin to form. The familiar world map would be gone. Not destroyed in one sudden disaster, but slowly rearranged by plate tectonics. The surface of Earth is broken into giant moving plates. They move slowly, only a few centimeters per year. But over 100 million years, that slow movement becomes enormous. Oceans open, oceans close, continents collide, mountains rise, and the planet redraws itself. Life would also be very different. Most animals and plants we know today would probably be extinct or transformed into new species. There may be no lions, no elephants, no whales as we know them, no familiar forests. Instead, Earth could be filled with life forms that would look strange to us. New predators, new plants, new ecosystems. A future natural world built from the descendants of the life we see today. The planet would still be alive, but it would no longer feel like our Earth. 1 billion years from now. This is where Earth's future becomes much darker. The sun is slowly becoming brighter. It does not happen suddenly, it does not explode, it changes over enormous amounts of time. But as the sun grows brighter, Earth receives more heat. In about 1 billion years, the planet may become too hot for many forms of complex life. The oceans would begin to suffer. More water would evaporate. The atmosphere would trap more heat. Weather patterns would become extreme, and the balance that keeps Earth habitable would begin to break down. Plants would struggle as carbon dioxide levels and heat change. Without healthy plants, many food chains would collapse. Animals would follow. Complex life could become rare or disappear completely. Earth might still have microbes. Tiny life forms could survive in extreme places, deep underground, under rocks, near remaining water, in places protected from the harsh surface. But the green, blue, living Earth we know today would be fading. The continents might still exist. The oceans might not be completely gone yet. But the age of large animals, forests, and human-like civilizations would probably be over. Earth would become hotter, drier, and quieter. A planet slowly losing its ability to support life. 5 billion years from now. By this time, the sun will be nearing the end of its life as a stable star. For billions of years, the sun has burned steadily, giving Earth light and warmth. But stars do not last forever. Eventually, the sun will run low on hydrogen in its core. It will begin to change. It will swell. It will become a red giant. The inner solar system will be transformed. Mercury will be destroyed. Venus will likely be destroyed, and Earth's fate is uncertain. Some models suggest the sun may expand enough to engulf Earth completely. Others suggest Earth might avoid being swallowed, but only barely. But even if Earth escapes direct destruction, it would not survive as a living world. The oceans would be long gone. The atmosphere would be stripped away or burned away. The surface would be scorched, broken, and lifeless. No forests, no animals, no cities, no oceans, no blue planet. Only a dead world orbiting a dying star. And eventually, after the red giant phase, the sun will shed its outer layers and leave behind a small, hot core called a white dwarf. The solar system will become colder and darker. Earth, if it still exists, would be a silent remnant, a burned stone in the darkness. The future of Earth is not one story. It is many stories. A world changed by humans. A world reshaped by ice and oceans. A world moved by continents. A world transformed by evolution. A world heated by the aging sun. And finally, a world that may be destroyed by the star that once gave it life. Earth feels permanent because our lives are short, but the planet is always changing. Slowly, quietly, constantly. And long after our cities are gone, long after our maps are forgotten, Earth will continue its journey through time. Until one day, even Earth itself becomes part of the past. Thank you for watching.